It was a crisp December morning in 1968. Tokyo, a city pulsing with post-war economic revival, prepared for another busy workday. Unbeknownst to its citizens, a brazen crime was about to unfold, one that would become a permanent fixture in Japan's collective memory. This is the story of the 300 million yen robbery, a heist so audacious, so meticulously planned, that it remains unsolved to this day. On December 10th, an armored car belonging to the Nihon Shintaku Bank embarked on its routine delivery route. The destination was a Toshiba factory in Fuchu, Tokyo. Inside, it carried the salaries and bonuses of factory workers, a staggering sum of 300 million yen, equivalent to over 3 billion yen, or roughly 25 million US dollars today. This was a time when Japan was largely a cash-based society, making the sum even more significant. Little did the bank employees know, they were heading straight into a meticulously planned trap. The world watched in disbelief as news of the audacious robbery spread like wildfire. The sheer scale of the heist, coupled with the thief's cunning tactics, captivated the nation. Newspapers ran sensational headlines, and radio waves crackled with the latest updates. The 300 million yen robbery wasn't just a crime, it was a national spectacle. As the armored car approached the factory, a young man in a police uniform flagged it down. He appeared calm, authoritative, the picture of law enforcement. The guards, unsuspecting, pulled over without hesitation. What followed was a performance of alarming authenticity. The police officer informed them that explosives had been planted near the bank manager's house, and that their vehicle might also be wired to explode. His tone was urgent, his demeanor convincing. Following his instructions, the 4 bank employees readily exited the vehicle, seeking safety at the rear of the armored car as instructed. With practiced ease, the officer crawled underneath the vehicle, pretending to inspect for explosives. Moments later, smoke bombs erupted from beneath the vehicle, engulfing the area in a thick, blinding fog. Panic seized the bank employees. The smoke provided the perfect cover. The robber, revealed to be anything but a police officer, swiftly took control of the vehicle and sped off with 300 million yen in his possession. It was a daring escape executed with precision. The stunned bank employees, coughing and disoriented, could only watch helplessly as the thief vanished into the urban labyrinth. The audacity of the crime sent shockwaves through Japan, shaking the nation's faith in its security and leaving authorities scrambling for answers. The robbery sent shockwaves through Japan. The police department, facing immense pressure to solve the crime of the century, launched an investigation of unprecedented scale. Over 170,000 officers were mobilized, a staggering number dedicated to a single case. Every available resource was deployed in the nationwide manhunt. Detectives meticulously combed the crime scene, searching for any shred of evidence that might lead them to the perpetrator. Witnesses were questioned, their memories probed for any detail that could help crack the case. The media, fueled by the public's insatiable appetite for information, breathlessly reported on every development, further intensifying the pressure on the investigators. Despite the massive operation, the investigation yielded frustratingly little. The robber, a ghost in the system, had vanished without a trace. Days turned into weeks, weeks into months, and the trail remained ice cold. The 300 million yen, along with the thief, had disappeared into thin air. The unsolved case became a chilling reminder of the audacity of crime and the limitations of even the most extensive investigations. Months melted into years, and the investigation dragged on. The police chased countless leads, each one ending in a frustrating dead end. The robber, a master of disguise and deception, seemed to have vanished into thin air. The case had captivated the public's imagination, spawning countless theories and rumors. The investigation was plagued by false leads and red herrings. Psychics and armchair detectives offered their own theories, further muddying the waters. The police, desperate for a break in the case, were forced to sift through a mountain of misinformation. Despite their best efforts, the investigation remained at a standstill. The lack of progress frustrated both the public and the police. The audacity of the crime, coupled with the thief's ability to evade capture, made the 300 million yen robbery a constant source of national intrigue. The case, once a source of national shock, began to morph into a cold case, a haunting reminder of the day the yen disappeared. Section 5. The Shadow of Suspicion, Sato Yoshihiro. A year after the robbery, a dramatic turn of events unfolded. A young man named Sato Yoshihiro, a friend of a suspect in the case, emerged as a person of interest. Sato bore a striking resemblance to the composite sketch of the robber, and circumstantial evidence seemed to point towards his involvement. However, before the police could apprehend him, tragedy struck. Sato, just 19 years old, was found dead in what appeared to be a suicide. He had ingested a lethal dose of cyanide, leaving behind a note claiming responsibility for the robbery. The note, riddled with inconsistencies and contradictions, raised more questions than it answered. Was this a genuine confession or a desperate act by a young man caught in a web of circumstance? Despite the confession, many doubted Sato's involvement. The details in his note didn't align with the known facts of the case. His family vehemently denied his involvement, claiming he was incapable of such a daring act. The police, unconvinced by the suicide note, continued their investigation, but the mystery surrounding Sato's role in the robbery lingered, casting a long shadow over the case. Section 6. An innocent man accused collateral damage. The investigation into the 300 million yen robbery took a tragic turn, highlighting the devastating impact of suspicion and accusation. An individual, entirely unconnected to the crime, found himself ensnared in the web of speculation. This man, whose identity remains protected, endured a living nightmare as the finger of blame was pointed in his direction. The man, who bore a passing resemblance to the suspect's sketch, was subjected to intense scrutiny. The media, hungry for a story, ran with the narrative of his alleged involvement, amplifying the whispers of suspicion into a chorus of accusations. Despite his pleas of innocence and the lack of concrete evidence, the court of public opinion had already reached its verdict. The relentless scrutiny and accusations took a devastating toll on the innocent man's life. His reputation tarnished, his livelihood shattered, he became a pariah in his own community. Although eventually cleared of any wrongdoing, the damage was done. His ordeal served as a stark reminder of the devastating consequences of unchecked suspicion and the importance of due process. It also underscored the human cost of such a high-profile, unsolved crime. Section 7. Time runs out, the statute of limitations expires. As years turned into decades, the investigation into the 300 million yen robbery continued to sputter, leaving investigators and the public alike with a sense of unfinished business. The statute of limitations for robbery in Japan, however, was ticking away. In 1975, 7 years after the heist, the statute of limitations for the crime of theft expired, meaning that even if the perpetrator were to be found, they could no longer be prosecuted for the robbery itself. The expiration of the statute of limitations for the theft itself did not deter the Tokyo Metropolitan Police. They clung to the hope of bringing those responsible to justice, even if it meant pursuing charges related to the robbery, such as fraud or embezzlement, which had longer statute of limitations. However, in 1988 these avenues also closed, extinguishing any remaining legal recourse for holding the perpetrators accountable. The expiration of the statute of limitations marked a symbolic end to the active pursuit of justice in the 300 million yen robbery. The case, officially cold, became a permanent fixture in the annals of unsolved crimes. The unanswered questions continued to linger. Who was the mastermind behind the audacious heist? What happened to the stolen money? And could the truth ever be fully untangled? Section 8. An enduring enigma, the mystery lingers. Despite the passage of time, the 300 million yen robbery continues to fascinate and intrigue. It has become a modern-day legend, a cautionary tale woven into the fabric of Japanese society. The unsolved crime serves as a stark reminder of the audacity of criminals and the fallibility of even the most comprehensive investigations. Theories abound, each attempting to shed light on the many unanswered questions. Some speculate that the robbery was an inside job, pointing to the intricate knowledge required to pull off such a daring heist. Others believe it was the work of a criminal mastermind who meticulously planned and executed the robbery, vanishing without a trace. The stolen money has never been recovered. Some believe it was smuggled out of the country, while others think it remains hidden, awaiting discovery. The lack of concrete answers has fueled endless speculation, ensuring the 300 million yen robbery retains its grip on the public's imagination. The case, a puzzle with missing pieces, continues to inspire books, documentaries, and countless theories, each attempting to unravel the enduring mystery. Section 9. The legacy of a heist: cultural impact and speculation. The 300 million yen robbery, far more than a simple crime, has left an indelible mark on Japanese society. It has seeped into popular culture, inspiring numerous books, films, television dramas, and even manga, each offering their own interpretation of the events and their aftermath. The heist has become a cautionary tale, a reminder of the fragility of security and the audacity of those who operate outside the law. The case also forced a national conversation about policing and security. In the wake of the robbery, Japan implemented significant changes to its law enforcement practices, including stricter security measures for financial institutions and increased investment in forensic technology. The heist, in a way, became a catalyst for improving crime prevention and investigation techniques. Even today, the mystery continues to fascinate. Amateur sleuths and professional investigators alike remain drawn to the case, hoping to uncover the truth hidden beneath layers of speculation. The 300 million yen robbery serves as a timeless reminder. Some mysteries, it seems, are destined to remain unsolved, their secrets buried under the weight of time.